'Cause I'm a cowboy. On a posse horse I ride, and I won't die, dead or alive.
What are you talking about, my boy?
Well, it's Red Dead Redemption 2, Cecil. It's the hot new game sweeping the nation and the world, if we're being honest.
Right, and you're a horsey man.
I do believe they like to be called cowboys now. If we're going to be all LGBTYN, Cecil, I think they like to be called cowboys now.
Right, what you doing?
I think we're about to rob the shit out of a train. This is my man. I'm called Horse McBuzzingtons, and I'm a shit, apparently. A right nasty shit. Don't know why. Just got a hat on. Right, let's go and run away from the horse. Don't kick me in the bollocks, you. I'll have you gelded, you bastard.
I'd like to geld a horse, Paul.
Cecil, why?
It'd be lovely.
Why would it be lovely, Cecil? It's cruel.
What's cruel about giving a horse a nice cuddle?
That's not what gelding means, Cecil.
Well, what does gelding mean then? I thought it was just like giving a horse a lovely little cuddle. Yeah.
No, it means cutting its bollocks off.
Paul, don't be so disgusting.
It's true, Cecil, that's what it means. So what they do is like spaying a dog or cat or whatever.
Do you spay a dog or do you neuter a dog, Paul? What's the difference?
I think one's to do with what sexual it is, Cecil. If it's a boy, it gets neutered, and if it's a girl, it gets spayed.
No, Paul, you can't say a spade. That's racist.
Not sure it is, Cecil, if I'm being honest with you. I think that's something else you're thinking of in your ancient old biddy racist mind.
Now, Paul, I'm far from racist. I didn't even vote for a Brexit. I was a staunch Remainer.
Shut up. It's going to blow up. You ready? Kaboomingtons? Kaboomingtons!
I was knackered, Paul.
Bloody hell, I'm going to have to rob a train, aren't I? Why have they taken the bandanas off the faces?
I don't know. He's put his bandana back on, Paul.
Good. Let's get down here.
Me and your mother used to wear bandanas, Paul, when we were having sexual intercourse.
Cecil, why?
Your mother was disgusted by the smell of my breath.
But didn't you brush your teeth?
Yes, I use mouthwash too. But we were both heavy smokers of cigars.
What? When did you only smoked a cigar for 1 week in 1982, if I recall correctly?
Yes, and that's the week we had sexual intercourse.
What, and no other time since your marriage, Cecil?
No, we're married. You don't do that.
Okay, Cecil. Then who's that creaking and flapping around in the next room I can hear every other Thursday?
That's your mother doing calisthenics.
What, in the news saying, oh, use me, Cecil, use me.
What?
I can hear you, Cecil. She says, use me, Cecil, and then you just say, oh, grab my hump, use it for leverage.
Shut up, Paul, stop it. You can't hear that.
Clearly can, Cecil. Shut up, I'm robbing a train, Cecil.
Right, what's going on now? Murdered that man?
Yeah, I shot him right in the chesticles. Got to stop a train. Come on, then. Let's get up here.
Have you checked the roof for surprises, Paul?
Oh. Cecil! You're a soothsayer.
Yes, I thought there might be a man hiding up there. Failed.
Lenny has died. Who's Lenny? Lenny Henry?
Yes.
Come on then, hurry up.
How are you recording this, Paul?
Didn't realise on the PlayStation 4 you can record stuff.
You mean all this time we could have been recording PlayStation 4 gameplay as well as PC gameplay?
Yeah.
Oh, a whole new realm of gameplay opportunities afford themselves to be put on YouTube.
Cecil, if anything, we need to put less gameplay affordability on YouTube. Even I'm sick of it now, Cecil.
Yes, but what else are you going to do, really?
Podcast?
You already done a podcast. It failed miserably.
It didn't fail miserably. People loved it, Cecil. Anyway, it's not finished yet.
Yes, it is finished. You recorded the last one not but 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, but it don't go live until every week in 2018, Cecil. So shut up.
Yes. Where's that podcast available, Paul?
Well, you can search iTunes or any of the podcast platforms for Radio Thax, and hopefully it should come up. 2 might come up for some reason. 1 doesn't work. 1 does work. Obviously, subscribe to the one that does work.
And what are your favourite podcast platforms, Paul?
Well, I don't know. I used to like iTunes on the iPhone, but I haven't got an iPhone anymore. I've got an Android. And I was using this podcast player called... what was it called? I was on the bus, called Podcast Player. It's purple, and it's got adverts in it. And it just opened up a full-page advert and of erect penis saying, this pill can boost your cock size. I was flabbergasted. I was on the bus in public. It's never done that before. It's usually adverts for stuff I've looked at on Amazon, but I've never looked at that before. I was taken aback, if I'm honest with you, and shocked.
Right. That might have been from my search history, Paul.
What?
I was looking for just something to give my... I'm nearly 90, Paul. I need a bit of pep in my whistle.
You better not have been on my phone, Cecil.
Yes, I need a bit of yeast in my bread, a little bit of baking powder in my cake.
Why are you saying all baking references, Cecil?
The Great British Bake Off has just finished, and I'm a baking amateur.
You're a rank amateur, Cecil. Did you find anything that would help in your groinal situations?
No, your mother certainly doesn't. Scares it away, if anything. She's too butch sometimes. She's too rambunctious now. She's got libido's come back. She's got hormone replacement therapy. Yes, she's got a beard, and that scares me too. But she's too aggressive, Paul. What can I do?
I don't want to talk about this, Cecil.
Yes, I can't keep up with the woman.
Cecil.
What, Paul?
Shut up.
But I thought everybody was allowed to talk about every element of sexuality now. I thought that's just what open and frank society is all about.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's just everywhere now, isn't it? You can't go anywhere without some modern ponce saying what the gender and sexual orientation is.
The 2 are mutually exclusive, Cecil.
Don't give a shit. I watched the One Show last week. I'm on my high horse, Paul. My ancient, confused old high horse. I'm thinking of voting for Brexit.
Cecil, that's been and gone.
Yes, but I could still do it on an online Facebook picture. You know, if you put a picture on of, I now vote for Brexit, I think that counts, doesn't it? It changes opinions.
Not sure it does, Cecil. I think that's folly of the highest order.
It's not, Paul. What do you think Facebook is for?
I think it's for showing just gibberish to people.
Yes. Will you go out and buy me some Viagra, Paul?
I will not, Cecil.
Right, I didn't think you would. Worth a try. You can just get it in Boots now.
I'm not bothered. I don't need it, Cecil. I'm well fertile.
You're not. Where's your children?
I haven't got any children. Although I'm not sure that box of Kleenex might get pregnant soon, the amount I'm going through them.
Why do you always have to bring everything back to smut?
I think you find you brought this up, Cecil.
Nothing's getting brought up with me.
I'm trying to be a cowboy, Cecil. Trying to be a bit gruff and a bit manly. And you're talking about flapping your bits around near Mum with your withered old ancient genitalia. I don't want to hear about it.
Right. Is that good enough, Paul, then? Is that rude enough for you?
I think it's rude enough, yeah.
Lid, I'm going to tell them anyway, Paul. I know you didn't want me to, but I think I will.
What?
Well, you were saying that you think that this Red Dead Redemption 2 video is going to get thousands of hits, and you just wanted to be as rude and as silly as possible, just to amuse yourself at what some people will be appalled at.
Yeah, I think that's true, Cecil. Like when we did Skyrim and we did the New Town and everyone was disgusted at it, I thought, that's funny, isn't it? Let's just be stupid. And then the internet virgins will get angry, and they did get angry in the thousands, and then they all didn't watch any more of my videos. Maybe didn't think that through, did I? Maybe didn't think that through.
Yes, I would have just shown the video with no talking, and then just rested on your laurels.
Don't think that would have worked, Cecil. You needed an angle, a hook, to reel them in. And me talking about making a new town was the hook that I used.
But it didn't hook anybody in, Paul.
I know it didn't, Cecil, I know it didn't. But Minecraft videos, Cecil, we made a lot of them as well, didn't we? They didn't hook anybody in.
It hooked me in, Paul. I absolutely loved it.
Right, anyway, shut up, what am I doing?
I'll say, it's a very pretty game, mister.
Cecil, please don't do that.
I'm sorry. It is a pretty game, though. It looks beauty.
I have to admit, it does look good. It looks better than some computer graphics I've seen used in films. I'm looking at you, Lawnmower Man.
Yes, I don't like this bit where it's just blackness, though.
Well, I can't skip it, Cecil. I can't skip it, Cecil. Right, I'm in my podcast player has just popped up again, so let's just go to the Radio Thax podcast and see if any adverts pop up. I don't get money for adverts. It's not fair. I should do, shouldn't I? Box Office Wonder is the new advert. I've clicked on it, Cecil. It's just a game.
It looks Christmassy, Paul.
It's a snowy realm, to be sure. To be sure.
Looked a bit like you if you were thinner and a bit baldinger. Claire Balding, Paul.
Oh, I love Claire Balding. She's got such a flat face. I think it'd be fun to, put a spirit level on and just to see how flat her face is. I think she'd quite like that.
Maybe. I'm not sure she'd like anything put on her face, Paul. She just likes to talk about horses and sports. Could you hold a conversation about sports?
I don't know. Let's try, Cecil, while we watch this cutscene. Cecil, what's your favourite sport?
Oh. No.
That's not a sport, Cecil. That's just you singing along to the music.
Yes, it is, Paul.
What was that supposed to be?
I was going to sing along, but then there was no music. It just cut out.
Right. Oh, it puts me in a mind of Christmas, Cecil.
I like playing the game of where you pull the Christmas crackers. Takes a lot of dexterity.
Certainly does the way Mum makes them. She tapes them up really good so that only Mum can know the secrets. Anyway, that's been Red Dead Redemption 2, Cecil. Got to go.
Where are you going?
Just away from you, you dirty pervert.